tell me a little bit about this club that you're a part of.
So I'm one of the leaders for Maharlika, which is the Filipino Culture Club. And basically we meet up with fellow Filipinos and non-Filipinos too, because we like to have diversity, and we just talk about our culture and fellowship with one another and grow as a family.
What would a typical meeting look like?
So usually we'll start off with introductions, have everyone introduce themselves, and then as they introduce themselves, we have something called Blessings of the Week. So we'd have them introduce themselves and then say what their blessing of the week is. That's something we found that is really just nice as we get to know each other, just so that it just makes us grow together. And then either that night we'll have a Bible study in which we'll delve into the Word with each other and just kind of discuss it and fellowship. And then we'll have like a culture night where we talk about our culture, just different aspects, whether it's language or food or like dance. And then other nights we'll have game nights, or we'll also have an outing sometimes too. And then we usually end just hanging out and going to get boba together because we love boba.
You said you've been in the club for about 2 years, right?
Yes.
And you're the vice president now,
Yeah.
which is really
Yeah.
cool. How did you first hear about, how is it pronounced, Maharlika?
Maharlika.
Maharlika, okay.
Yeah. So I found out about it, well, going to, like, a background story, going to Biola, I wanted to find a club, a Filipino club, because I didn't have it in high school. So I really wanted to, like, learn more about my culture, and so I just asked around who, like, knew if there was a Filipino culture club on campus. They're like, yeah, there's Maharlika. And so during the Biola Club Fair last year, I was able to find the club and sign up, and they got me plugged in as right away.
Awesome. And have you had any, say like even a testimonial thing about the club, any like benefits that you've really seen in your life from it?
One of the big benefits was finding a family who understood where the background I came from, being a Filipino and that culture. It was also helpful because a lot of the leaders made sure that I was welcome and that I was really part of the group. They invited me to church, and that's how I found my church home. So the club really made sure that I was welcomed at Biola and made sure I was loved.
At Biola, there's been a recent trend in minority students leaving because of not being able to find a group or find that place where they feel known and seen and understood. And I was wondering, is there problems with that with even people in y'all's group?
I wouldn't say that there's a big problem. A lot of the people I know who are Filipino have left is because of financial reasons. But those who tend to be on the shyer types, it is a little bit harder to get them like really plugged in because they are shy. So it does take an extra effort to make sure that they are welcomed and to kind of bring them out of the shell. I tend to be shy, so when someone was like, oh yeah, let's go to church together, it was really helpful to be like, oh, okay, so I really do belong and they really want me here. So for the people who are cannot find that group, I would say more like just wait maybe and really try to seek it out, because if you don't seek it out, it won't really come to you. You can't just stumble upon it. So there needs to be a little bit of effort. A lot of times I see my Filipino culture kind of just being mixed with my raising in America, and the Philippines is kind of Americanized already in a way, just because the Philippines just has a lot of dealings with America, just in its history. And so I do feel like, along with my fellow members who are also American born, there is usually a mix between the two cultures, and it's a little bit different, but it's not too different.
And just like even as a vision for maybe some of the future minority students at Biola, what do you think Biola can do or can continue to do in order to make sure that minority, like people who come from a minority background, like can both feel included and edified and totally welcome within this community?
I would say, just saying like from the last question, kind of just raise awareness, like make sure that these we do have these culture clubs and that they are really welcoming to other students. Yeah, basically that. I think Biola can kind of just raise more awareness about the different cultures and help celebrate those cultures.